Hi boys and girls. Today I'm on the floor again. I kind of got a lot of shapes around here. Now last week we talked about all of the flat shapes. Remember the circle, sure. And what would you say this was? This is a rectangle. You can see those hearts on the other side. That would be a rectangle. It's a nice flat shape. Our little cards that we use, what shape are those? They're rectangles, exactly. What about a Post-it note? Post-it note would be a square. And you know, I have trouble finding things, so I am going to fold my square in half. And what would you call that shape? A triangle. So ready? Circle, triangle, rectangle, and square. Those shapes are all flat. But there's a whole other set of shapes that are called three-dimensional, 3D. And on Friday, we talked about how a circle is a two-dimensional, but a sphere is three-dimensional. And see how the sphere, it's round everywhere. There's no flat surface. So this is a sphere. That's the hardest one to say because you have to say ear, sphere. Very good. Circle, sphere. What would a basketball be? A basketball is a sphere. Very good. What would a golf ball be? A golf ball is a sphere. Very good. We're going to talk some more about those. Now, this button, that's a circle, isn't it? It's not exactly flat, but it's pretty close. So another circle. Now when we look at this little canister I have here, got a tag on it, you can tell that the top and the bottom are circles, right? Sure, but it's not a circle because it's not flat. This has a completely different name. This shape is called a cylinder. You're trying to say it, aren't you? That's good. That's how you learn it. A cylinder has a circle on the top and a circle on the bottom. And then it is rounded on the sides. So I have this cylinder. What would you call this? It's a cylinder as well. The cylinder has a round. They call these the face. It's a face. It has two circle faces, and then it's roundabout. So I've got two cylinders here. Ooh, look at the glue stick. Circle on the bottom, circle on the top, and a curved side. That's a cylinder. When I think about a drinking glass, that's a cylinder too. So now we have sphere, we have cylinder, and remember our rectangle? Well, this box, the cover of it is a rectangle, the back of it is a rectangle, and guess what? Even the sides, rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. But it's not a flat shape, it's three-dimensional. So this has a different name too. This is a rectangular prism. Two words, try to say that. Rectangular prism. Rectangular prisms come in all different sizes. Here I have another little box. I bet if you have a tissue box at your house, that would be a rectangular prism. Sometimes books can be like a rectangular prism. We'll talk some more. You'll find some. So, ready? We've got three things now. We have a sphere. Very good. We have a cylinder. This is a rectangular prism. Remember the square? Squares are flat. What about a dice? Do you see how the die has a square and a square? All the faces of the dice are square. There are 6 of them. So this needs a new name as well. This is called a cube. cube. Here I have another cube. 6 faces, all squares, all the same. Okay, let's go over it. Can you remember? Sphere? Very good. What was this one? That's the cube. Very good. These are, well, the face is a rectangle, so it's called a rectangular prism. You're saying it, right? That's the only way to learn it. Good. Oh, and these are cylinders. Cylinders. You ready for one last one? Okay. Well, this shape here has a circle base, a flat circle base. That's the face of it. It is a circle. But it comes to a point at the top. It kind of reminds me of a triangle, except that it's all curved. Does it remind you of an ice cream cone? Or a party hat? Me too. Do you know what it is? It's a cone. Yes, it's a cone. And I looked all over for a cone, and this was the closest thing I could come up with. You may have noticed Miss Red likes a lot of antiques, and I happen to have a lot of them up here in my loft, which is where I am teaching you. So those are the kind of things that I found. But this is a funnel, and the top of it reminded me of a cone. It has a circular base. It comes to the top. Okay, so ready? One more review. What is this? Sphere. And this, we just looked at, is a cone. Very good. The box is a rectangular prism. This is a cylinder. Very good. Oh, and the die is a cube. Now, here we go. Pictures. Say cube. That's what a cube looks like when it's drawn on a piece of paper. See, it doesn't look just like the square. It makes it look like it's got all those dimensions. So if we were drawing a sphere, can't tell on this though, can you? It's really tricky. What does that one look like? That's right, that's the cone. Ooh, that is our cylinder. Perfect. And this, it just says prism, but it is the rectangular prism. Very good. Hey, where would you put that one? That's right. That matches the cube. Have you seen a Rubik's Cube before? Ooh, these are marbles. What shape would you call those? They're like a ball. That's a sphere. Can you name that shape? That's right, that reminded me of the party hat. It's a cone. Beautiful. A soda can. Soda can. Cylinder. How are you doing with this? I bet you're doing really well. Oh, and I mentioned books before. Remember how they have like a rectangle face here and a rectangle face here? So they must be a rectangular prism. Good job. And what was the die? Yep, a die. 2 of them we call a dice. 1 is a die. That is a cube. Very good. A basketball is a sphere. And that is the cone. Well, we'll look at some more pictures tomorrow. But today, this is what you will be doing in your workbook. Today, the directions say match these objects and solids. Solids are another way to say three-dimensional. Very good. Drawing a line from the object to the solid. So see here, we have, what would you call that? It's a cone. Can you find the three-dimensional shape here that is also a cone? That's right, it's at the bottom. So you will take your pencil and make a nice neat line to match the cones. Notice I said your pencil. This is math. Math we're going to do with a pencil, nice and neat. And up here you get to have another chance to practice your name. So, right here, what would you call this shape? Cylinder. cube, sphere, it's hard to tell, but that's the sphere, cone. And up here we have cone, sphere. There are two dice, is a pair of dice, and this, oh, those are cubes, sorry. And this is a cylinder. You're going to draw a line to match the cones, you're going to match the spheres, you're going to match the cubes, and you're going to match the cylinder. That's all, just that page. But what I'd like you to do is to start noticing what's around you. And if you can notice which solids, which three-dimensional objects you have, keep practicing so that you can remember. And we'll talk about it some more tomorrow. Thanks, boys and girls.